Hey everybody, it's Gamer Gramps here. Today we're going to be doing a culture rush with Catherine's new personality, the Magnificence version of her. So if that sounds like it's something that you want to watch, then definitely stick around. If you want to get good at Civ 6, then subscribe and click the bell to keep up with this channel. Alright, so clearly this isn't our first episode of the series, so if you did stumble across here randomly, I'll put a link in the top right hand corner right now. You can catch up on what you missed out if you want. We are heading into the medieval era in a golden age, so we are going to go ahead and select the monumentality dedication here. So the reason being, we don't have a faith economy or anything like that. That's not going to help us at all. What we are really after is the +2 movement for all builders. That is going to be really effective, helping us shuffle our builders along in order to make sure that we can chop out our projects as quickly as we can here. And then the additional 30% discount for purchasing them with gold might come in handy if we are going to buy a builder or two to help us get where we need to be. Alright, so speaking of which, we are trying to go for a sub 100 turn victory. Whether we're going to be able to do it or not, I'm still on the fence about. I'm leaning towards probably not, but we're going to do everything we can to try and make this happen. So first and foremost, what we really need to worry about is Magnus. And that's because we're running out of time. It takes him 5 turns to establish in a city. So I was thinking about it here off screen before, between when we finished the last episode of, I think it was about an hour ago or whatever, and when I'm starting to film this one now. So he is established here in Marseille. So we're going to chop these 2 tiles, and then depending on how close it gets us to our court festival being completed, I might leave him in here for 1 more turn, and hopefully we can chop that next turn. In order to make that happen, what I'm actually going to do, just in case I am going to go ahead and purchase a builder here. Well, never mind. How much is that? Oh, 360. All right, well, we will anyways because we'll be able to trade in order to get that money. So I'm going to purchase that now, and that way we'll definitely be able to move him next turn no matter what. Clearly, Willie's not in any position to give us any money. We've kind of milked him dry at this point, so we'll have to go to other sources. So let's take a look around here. We will definitely be selling horses to anybody who doesn't have them. Hojo's doing pretty horribly himself, so let's check Peter next. He's got a little bit of cash at least. Unfortunately, we can't get rid of our horses to him because he has over 40, so he won't want them. But we can gobble up his 36 gold here, so we'll give him just what we need to in order to make that happen, and just continue on down the list here and see. Again, everybody seems to be freaking broke as balls in this game. Jesus. Yeah, well, at least Gilgabro has some cash, so let's go ahead and take his cash. We'll trade him. Clearly not the 42. We'll start with 10 and go up from there. Ooh, 32, that's pricey, but better than nothing. We'll go ahead and do that. Let's check Dido next. We let open borders slip, so let's make her pay for that. I actually want bulk gold lady, not gold per turn, because we are in the thick of things now. The crunch is on, and of course has to be exactly 60 that she would have done it for. So let's go ahead and also see what she'll give us for the diplomatic favor here. Ooh, not too much. But whatever, it's better than a kick in the nuts. We'll take it, so that's fine. And then let's check what Brazil's horses are like. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to get much value out of our horses. That's fine. So I just noticed we're about to finish recorded history, so we're definitely switching out of that. Again, we're doing everything we can to minimize the amount of civics and technologies that we're getting, because with every time you complete 2 of them, whether it's 2 civics, 2 techs, or like 1 of each, the price of your districts goes up, the price of buying tiles goes up, and also the price of your festivals, which like all the city project, sorry, goes up as well. In our case, the city project that we're worried about is obviously our court festivals that we are going to be using to win the game. So now, again, I've been thinking, I know it's hard to imagine me thinking, I know, pump the brakes, so just hear me out. Anyways, I've been thinking off screen here about Magnus and how much time we have left in the game, and so I figured it out that we have time to use Magnus in 2 more cities, like so in Marseille, and then 2 more on top of that. So we're not going to use him in Ruin because we have chops available, And they also have the population that we should be okay between the chops they have and their production or whatever, that we should be able to finish our theater square and get our festival just by chopping it out without Magnus being there. So that they will be taken care of. Now, we will definitely be using him in La Rochelle because they have absolutely no chance. Like, there's no production in the city. It's literally only value to us is for the luxuries that we are chasing here, so we will use him there.
Hey everybody, Gamer Gramps here. I'm quickly interrupting just to say that if you're enjoying the video, please do me a favor and leave a like on it if you haven't already. It does really go a long way towards helping the channel get discovered, and clearly, you know it by now, I'm special. I need all the help I can get, right?
And because they don't have significant amount of chops here to do it. So we'll use him in La Rochelle, and then again in Rennes here. So those will be the two cities we'll use him to chop with. So then that means Rouen's okay. We need to make sure we're going to have to buy builders or send builders to Nantes here, because we should be able to do it still. I do believe once we buy them some tiles or whatever, because they have enough forests around that it should be doable. God willing. I guess we're going to find out one way or the other. I actually might want to send him there as well. You know what? This city has 1, 2, 3, 4 full chops, and then we could buy them. So, yeah, okay. So you know what? I changed my mind. We won't send him to Rennes. We'll send him up to Nantes because they have less variety to work with. But either way, I know I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Okay, so that city's taken care of. That city will be taken care of with Magnus. This city will be taken care of with Magnus. That city will be taken care of with Magnus. Paris is okay on its own. Rennes will be taken care of with Magnus, so we're going to do La Rochelle. Or not Rennes, fuck. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, Rennes will be taken care of on its own. We'll have to chop it out, but we'll definitely, they're close to Paris anyways for builders and stuff, so we should be able to do that by buying them a few tiles. That should be okay. So all those cities to the north are fine. Bordeaux will be fine on its own. It still has chops down here as well, plus the population and whatnot, so they're okay. So that's every city other than this one here. And here we have quite a bit to work with. We can buy this tile here, or wait, no we can't, never mind, take that back. But we can buy these jungle tiles and shit, and we can buy the, or no, not that tile, but anyways, there's enough here that we can buy them, and we have builders on the way to help them out that they'll be able to chop out their own without Magnus. So we are good to go now. We know every city will be able to get our project done in time. So now let's just make the magic happen, shall we? And stop fucking talking and start playing the game. All right, so we have 4 charges here. Let's definitely go ahead and get that up and running. As far as the luxury goes, we'll head down to that one next. Now here, okay, so yeah, we are not using Magnus here, so let's just start chopping. There's no sense in putting it off any further. This builder's coming over.
Just wanted to take a sec to let you know I'm now an official partner of Fanatical Games. They're a great company that you can buy 100% guaranteed official game keys from, which is great because you purchase a Steam key, so you don't have to worry about using a different installer like Epic Games or EA's Origin. You can find links in the description down below for both the Windows and Mac versions of the games I usually cover on the channel. But if you're buying anything else, just leave a comment below and I can give you a link for any game you're looking to buy. Believe it or not, they have deals on regularly that are even cheaper than purchasing directly from Steam itself. A perfect example of this is the New Frontier Pass for Civ 6. I literally bought it directly from Steam yesterday when it was launched, only to find out that it's on sale for 12% cheaper at Fanatical for the next 6 days. So before grabbing your next game, consider checking out fanatical.com to help yourself and help support me at the same time.
Let's see here. All right, so first things first, let's buy that builder that we were talking about in Paris, or not in Paris, in Marseille. Because it's close enough to Nantes anyway. That's where we'll send him next, and they can just like travel. We can send our builders up there. This is where that +2 movement is really going to come into use for us. So actually, speaking of which, then, do I even care about? Hold on, let's do these chops and then let's see whether we buy the builder or not. So chop A1 and chop A2. Alright, yeah, we definitely will buy them a builder here. So let's go ahead and do that before I forget about it. So we'll leave Magnus there for one more turn, and he should be able to get there and chop next turn, I do believe, if I'm not crazy, with the added movement. Oh, maybe he won't because it's 2. Whatever. Either way, we're at 87, so even if we left him to 89, that would be 94 and 99, which would be really cutting it short. So, whatever, fuck it. They'll be fine. They have that chop as well to finish it, if they need to, so they should be fine. If we can't get over there and chop that next turn, we'll have to deal with it, but we will be moving Magnus next turn no matter what. Actually, 2 chops. I'm just trying to think whether it's worth it to move Magnus right now to save an extra turn. Because if we were to move now, it would be 92 and then 97. Yeah, that's fine. You know what? Because we have 2 chops there, and then we can always build up mine on this tile to help them with production and stuff. That there's 17 turns right now, and that would put us at turn 100. So with the chop, it'll definitely be under turn 100, which will be just fine. So we will go ahead and move Magnus immediately, which means I shouldn't have bought that build. But oh well, we'll survive. Meantime, are we moving him to Nantes next? Yeah, we will, because that gives 5 more turns for Reynes to stay in La Rochelle before to get a chance to take advantage of this border expansion here. So we'll do what we can. So let's go ahead and switch him to Nantes now. So 5 turns from now, we'll be good to go and start chopping there. In the meantime, this builder should be able to get up there in time, I believe. Yeah, because it says 5 turns for him to go there, but it'll actually be cut in half because of the movement bonus. So that is good. In the meantime, though, now that we know that they're taken care of here, and since we did buy them the extra builder anyways, we'll get this one to go over there and get that incense up online next turn. Meanwhile here, we'll just go ahead and heal up with our scout. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this builder to head down to here. Yeah, we'll get them to head down there to wait and be ready. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's continue on our merry way here. Okay, so we can drop this city. Oh, did I even count this city? I don't think I did. Shit. So we are going to have to chop this city out too. When I was counting the cities that we were okay there. So that's okay though. We have a lot of chops here. So we'll have to do this one without Magnus as well. But let's go and get them a... no, that's going to take too long. Okay, we have another builder there. Alright, so let's buy the builder, another builder here, because we're going to have to do it without 384. Oh, because the builder's on there. My bad. We'll move you down, and we'll buy another builder here. And then that city will be taken care of. I don't even care about the location of this theater square. I just want to get it down without buying another tile. You know what? It's only rainforest anyway. I'm going to overwrite that rainforest there, since it's not that good of a chop. We'll get them to go towards the stone, and yeah, that should be okay. Now, alright, so here we are ready for Renee here, or Ren, depending on how it's pronounced. I'm not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. Okay, so we can go ahead and do this chop, because this was a city that we are not going to do with Magnus. And now we're basically going to have to save all of our money in order to buy tiles. So we're going to have to make do with whatever builders we have, and that is just the way it is. You can go to sleep there. Here we are going to get this up online, and then head down to that one over there. Alright, so Toulouse here is going to be another one that we have to chop. We might as well go ahead and get this up online now before I forget about it. We still have to get that luxury up online as well. So he has 2 charges left. So those will be 2 chops that we'll use him for there. And we'll need another builder here. So we might have to send one over. Speak of the devil. You have 2 builds left. I'm more concerned about this city getting its shit done, so we'll send you instead of going to get those up online right away. Alright, so let's go ahead and chop this down. Okay, so 10 turns, there you go. We are good to go as far as that goes. Now, this builder has 3 more charges. So let's get him to head up to Ruin, or... You have 2. Yeah, you head up there. Alright. Yes, nobody cares. Okay, here we go. Let's quickly just run through this again. And see what the horses count is, just in case. There you go, perfect. Oh, she doesn't have any money, so not so perfect. Never mind. And we'll just give her a gift of open borders, because we want the plus 25% tourism that you get from it. But meanwhile, let's start at Hojo. He would take 2 horses, but he has no gold, so he's useless to us. Jesus, why are they all doing so bad? Oh, I know why Willie's doing that. So we'll get some gold from him. Unfortunately, everybody seems to be set on horses, so I think we are shit out of luck when it comes to that. It really does look like it. Alright. Oh, and he has cash. So we'll give him our diplomatic favor and try and take some more cash from him. Alright. There we go. We got all that set. Right, you go there. Now, as far as buying our tiles go, let's go ahead and grab this one, and then next turn we can grab that one. You can just go to sleep for now. Alright, so Reims is one that we are not using Magnus for, right? We're using Magnus on La Rochelle, Nantes, and La Rochelle. And everybody else is on their own. Yes, okay. So in that case, let's just go ahead and chop this now. Shit, I'm kind of worrying that we won't be able to finish it. Time. So we might not get this sub 100, but we will try everything we can. We can't buy that, right? Oh, we can. We can afford to. It's 60 bucks, so let's grab that. Gobble it up, and that way we can send him towards other stuff that we're going to get up online here and do chops. And just save a little bit of time that way. Alright, so we need to change out of games and recreation once we get to this new turn here before I forget. Oh, never mind. We're actually at the point where we can't dodge anymore. So, yeah, no, never mind, not that. I'm just trying to see which is our fastest way to get to civics that, to get to civics that are going to take us longer turns to finish them. So that's why we're going to go with games and recreation here. Alright, so you have 4 turns left on that. Just for the hell of it, let's go ahead and declare friendship with him while I'm thinking about it, because I see the little green smiley face by him. Meanwhile, 7 turns for the builder, so 7 and 4 is 11, which is past the mark, so that's fine. Oh, but we do need a builder to do that chop anyway. So that's fine. Let's definitely go ahead and get a builder and put them on production focus as well. That saves us a turn, so that's okay. Choose production. Alright, we finished our theater square here. We got 18 turns on the court festival. This guy has, what, 3 charges left? This builder's coming up here, so we'll depend on them. They have 3 charges, so that'll be 3 chops. That's more than enough to get that down to where we need it to be. So this one can just stay here. Actually, you know what? Doesn't make sense to him to just sit there doing nothing. Let's go ahead and build a mine on there. Meanwhile, the stone is the only good tile that we have to buy here. So let's go ahead and grab that now. Next turn we'll be able to buy that one so we can chop it. Alright, so we got 2 turns on Magnus. Our builder's ready and waiting. That's good. We still have to buy that one as well. Sure, we'll take your free money. Alright, so we got games and recreation now. Our policies are all okay the way they are. Right. I don't think we've unlocked anything, and that would be better for us. Yeah. Definitely not, so that's fine the way it is. Meanwhile, though, let's go ahead and take a look, and let's go into, I guess, defensive tactics next, since it is the next one that we can get that will unlock others for us to go into that are going to take longer to do, so that's fine. We will let this one finish. It'll work out better in the long run for us. In the meantime, we need to make sure we have enough. So let's just do this now. 96 now. That's what I mean. The price goes up every time you discover, every time you get 2 civics or two technologies or one of each. The price goes up for purchasing stuff. So that is fine. We will go ahead and trade some cash here and hold on. Let's see if Willie's got any cash since he gives us the most. No, he's a broke boy. So you know what? We only need that small amount. So I think what we'll do is we'll go and we only needed 1, right? So let's just sell 1 to him. Oh, he's giving us lots too. So never mind. We'll take 3 from you, good sir, and we'll take all your money. And then let's go to Wilfred and see if how much gold per turn he'd give us for this. Oh, just 1. Never mind. Never mind. But anyways, we got enough cash now, so let's buy this so it's nice and secured. We're ready for Magnus, and we can hopefully move on as quickly as humanly possible to La Rochelle there. In the meantime, over here, yeah, you're going there. We can chop as well. Alright, so we got that taken care of. Oh yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do this. Definitely not. I mean, I know that will go down once our population jumps up, but it's not going to go down that much. So yeah, I'd hate to burst your bubble, but we're definitely not getting sub 100, that's for sure. But it should be fairly close to that anyway. Meanwhile here, let's go ahead and chop. Alright, we got 1 charge left on you, which will be there. And then... yeah, you go there to be ready for a chop when we can afford to buy that tile. Pum 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 pum. Alright, so here we are at least ready that we can slice and dice the stone. And we're too broke to afford others to chop. Okay, so we're going to put production focus on them as well, so that we have 16 turns right now. 12 turns, and we still have the 2 chops there, so we should be okay. Meanwhile here, I'll wait. Hopefully we expand to that marble and they don't take a marsh. You never know with the border expansion, though. The time will tell. Alright, here we go. So Magnus is established. Let's go ahead and do these chops before anything else here. So that should get us a theater square, and then we'll go to the court festival next. So I was actually thinking more about it too, and you know what? I had my heart set on the whole sub 100 victory thing here. Now that we know it's not going to happen, it actually makes a lot more sense that I stop wasting the build charges. We'll just rotate Magnus more, and it just makes a lot more sense to do it that way. So what we'll do is I'll actually get this builder to come up here and build mines in order to help their production out. They're going to grow next turn anyway, so that'll be nice. But yeah, so what we'll do is just focus on getting these up on the luxuries up online. and we'll save the chops, and we'll just use Magnus rather than wasting production. So you had 4 charges left. We'll get you to come up here because we'll be buying more incense tiles. And yeah. Alright, so we'll come here now. I will do this chop to get that down to 8, but now let's switch into a builder. You have 1 build left, so you can do that chop when we need to chop it out. And yeah, we'll just put the builder there to wait to get that up online when the borders expand. But yeah, we'll just hold off and wait until Magnus is around to do the chops. So in the meantime, you have 1 left, so that builder will stay there. Let's get this guy come over here to get this luxury up online. And next turn, we're going to have to switch out of shipbuilding here. I screwed up enough. I don't want to screw up anymore. But we are running out of things to delay researching, so eventually we will have to end up letting them through. But again, after, what we'll do is actually take a look and see what technology we're closest to that will take a lot of researching to get to. Probably machinery, I would guess. Yeah. So we'll let the wheel finish here, and then that will allow us to spend time in engineering and ironworking and whatnot, so that will slow us down a little bit there. We are going to let defensive tactics finish like we talked about before. Oh, might as well renew the friendship with Canada. Alright, and you can come here and we'll chop into that. Alright, so what we'll do, we have 1 more chop with him. Let's go ahead and buy our way to this tile here. And we'll chop that as quickly as we can, and then as soon as we get there, we'll move Magnus. Alright, for now, just go to sleep. Same thing here. And here. Alright, we can get that online. We still have 1 charge left there, so we'll get him to sit there and wait. Okay, so we're going to unlock that tile now and put them on production focused. And then we'll... Oh, what is that, 12 or... Oh, never mind. I thought that was 2 turns. But, so we'll build that mine next turn. Alright. So, now that we got that, let's go into engineering because it's going to take the longest amount of time. And now we'll go into feudalism for the same reasons here. We got a new governor title. Let's go ahead and get Amani now. And what we'll do is we'll send her to Preslov. As much as I would love to get Rapini, or what is it? Rapa Nui here. As much as I'd love to give them, we don't really have a chance of uprooting them from 7 envoys there. So what we'll do is we'll send her to Preslov, and at least we'll get 1 citrus out of the deal. So let's go ahead and do that now. And we'll take Amani, and you can go to Preslov. Alright, so meanwhile, you can just go to sleep with your last charge there. Guess our open borders expired, so let's renew that and put you back on automated exploration. Get that mine going. Ugh, 25. We're still gonna need to do chops here. We got 1 chop left. We'll get him to go to the stone and wait. But this builder coming out from Paris will be able to help us as well. Meanwhile, yeah, next turn we can move Magnus. Let's buy that tile now, so it's taken care of. Oh, Jesus. Definitely not as effective as I'd like to be. I'm kind of disappointed. I really thought we would get less than what I finished at before, with finishing at turn 108 on my first try on that other map. I thought for sure we would be able to get better than that this time around, but it looks like we're not going to be so lucky. And Kabul still hasn't expanded to that frickin' turtle yet. Like, oh well. Alright, so we did expand to the incense there, so let's get that up online. Now, we got one charge left with this builder, so let's just get him to go park on that tile there so we don't forget about chopping it. Right, meanwhile, I think it's just the scout's time to die. So, we finally got here. Let's go ahead and chop. Alright, that actually was nice. It brings it down to 3 turns. That's beautiful. So now, let's move him to... We have builders waiting in La Rochelle, but let's give them more time for their tiles to expand. So let's actually send him to Ren or Renee, whatever that is there. Alright. So we finished the builder in Paris. Let's go for another one, since we know that we're probably going to need it when it all is said and done. Now, I think... How many... Okay, we got 5 builds there and 4 there. So we got lots for them. Marseille is okay. Rouen okay. Nantes will be okay. Yeah, we have 1 charge left there, so we're going to head down there. And for now, what we'll do is get them... Actually, we have so many charges. We'll come here. We'll build a mine on the way. So let's build a mine there to help them out with their production a little bit. And then we'll still get... Actually, we'll build another mine next turn, and we'll still get to there in time. But meanwhile, let's go ahead and buy tiles while they're cheap. So we need $100. Let's see if Peter's got any cash that we can trade our stuff for. Yes, he does. So we will take all of your cash, good sir. Thank you for helping the cause. Alright, so that is definitely a nice boost. Let's go ahead and buy some tiles with it. So we'll get that one. So we're all set for Magnus when he gets there. And now... Alright, and now we got 2 charges there and 3 charges there. So we got plenty of charges to work with. They're going to expand to the horses. So let's actually get the builder to go down there. We'll improve the horses when we do expand there. In the meantime, though, let's go ahead and buy them 2 tiles to chop. So, Scout, I think you're not long for this world. Yeah, you're pretty much toast. Alright. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get our... Definitely not with the crossbow. So, you know what? You'll just do the Oh, I can't kill my own scout? Never mind. I was going to say, do the honorable thing and sacrifice yourself so you don't get killed by a barbarian, but too late. So yeah, we'll obviously are going to just put him to sleep until Magnus gets there. But we'll pop here, we'll build this mine, and then we'll get him to head there so he's ready for when Magnus gets there as well. Again, we're waiting for the borders to expand there in next turn. We got $80 though, so we have 2 chops here, right? So 1, and you have 3. So yeah, let's go ahead and buy them this tile, and then I think between the 3 chops with Magnus there, that should do the trick for them. We're pretty damn close to it, if not. So that's good. So I think now we only have to buy tiles for luxuries, not for chopping, because we got them set up. They're already set up. Yeah, so now we can just literally try and stack up as many luxuries as we can in the time that we have left. Speaking of time that we have left, I'm so glad I just looked at that because I would have fucking forgot. So now we're one turn away from the court festival, so we are going to get them off of that, and you can start on a builder. Again, it's important you want to time out all of your projects except for one. We're gonna let one finish naturally, but every other project than that we are going to chop out on the following turn after the first project that we let finish naturally. So speaking of which, let's actually go ahead here, and before I forget, okay, so Ruin set up, Marseille is set up once they own that tile, so we should probably buy that for them before I forget when we have some more cash. So we'll probably let this city finish naturally since it doesn't have any chops left. And then we just need to pay attention in all of our other cities. We got Paris ready with the chop. We'll need to make sure La Rochelle has one. We're okay. We're good. Okay, so let's make sure the ones that are working on their city projects that they still have lots of time left on them so I don't screw that up on accident, and we're okay. Good to go there, so let's just head to the next turn. Well, we knew it was coming. You did good, brave scout, but we don't need you anymore. Meanwhile, let's declare friendship with Hojo. I just saw that he's friendly. Just in case you never know, we are fairly close to him here, so that way at least he won't all of a sudden decide that he wants to attack us. Oh, I just noticed he's attacking Yerevan. That really sucks. But, well, actually, it doesn't suck that bad. I think they're only giving us one luxury or something, so it's not the end of the world. Meanwhile, let's get our horses up online here. And then we have one charge left with him, so we'll send him over to there to do that and wait. And we'll get them started on the court festival for now. Alright, so Magnus is still 2 turns away. Ooh, nasty. Alright, we got Preslov under our belt now, so that is good. It gives us an extra luxury. Meanwhile, good thing the flood didn't damage our theater square, so that is nice. And it didn't kill our builder there too, so that's positive. We do have one envoy to send, however, there's no point sending. And we're going to lose citizenship to Yerevan in a second here when Japan finishes killing them, but we do still have Kabul and Preslov, so we will just hold that envoy in reserve in case anybody ends up sending envoys to either one of them. Hopefully we can keep them both with any luck. Other than that, though, there's not really much to do. We'll just head to the next turn and wait until Magnus gets established. So Willie wants to trade us iron that we don't need, but we will take all your gold goods, sir. Well, not all of it, I guess, but a lot of it. Alright, 118. Sounds good to me, Willie boy. Alright, here we go. So we are 1 turn away from engineering and 1 turn away from the other thing. Let's switch into ironworking there, and let's switch into naval tradition here. Let's check on our court festivals, because, again, I don't want to screw anything up, so I'm sorry that you have to deal with this. We got 1 turn left before we have to switch Marseilles, and we got to switch Bordeaux, so that's good. Let's go ahead and get them started on a builder immediately. Other than that, we are good. Magnus is finally established here, so let's go ahead and chop this. And we should be fine to chop this as well. Alright, nice. So now we can immediately move Magnus. I'm going to prevent him 15 turns. Well, I guess it's not really going to matter when it's all said and done. Yeah, because, like, Reina helps you establish your borders quickly, like quicker, but not that quick. So let's just go ahead and get him to rotate over there in the meantime, and then I guess it really doesn't. We can send her to Ruin. Maybe we'll actually get that marble before we bust everything open. So let's do that now. So we're gonna send not Liang, Reina to Ruin. And then Magnus to La Rochelle. All right, so let's go ahead and buy. Let's take a look. So we got 4 charges with that builder, so that is plenty. We can get these 2 online fairly easily, and then we can buy our way to that tile as well. So let's do that now. I know this guy only has 1 charge left. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that'll work out well, actually. So we're gonna buy 2 incense, and then we're gonna buy the wood, and we'll buy that citrus tile when we can afford it. But in the meantime, we'll definitely get that incense up online. We'll do that one next, and we'll still be able to get where we need to go before Magnus is established. So all good for that. Now, I'm basically, you know what, like, literally, we're not doing anything here at all other than just rotating Magnus around and chopping shit out and waiting for things to time out properly. So I'm going to start fast forwarding more and, like, cutting more out between turns, and I'll only jump back in, like, when something actually, like, when we're actually doing stuff, right? Just because at this point, like, the game is pretty much over. If you take a look here, if we look at the world rankings and the culture, so 42 is the highest culture that anybody else has right now. That's not going to jump up that fast by any means, because there's no flight and there's no real big tourism from anybody else. So we will definitely be able to win once we do all our chops. And again, I'm not going to just sit here and have this drag on and on and on and on. So we'll skip forward until the next thing that I think might be worth watching happens. So until then, I'll see you in a second. Alright, so here we are. We're quite a few turns later. We couldn't avoid researching ironworking. That's fine. We got it. So now that opens up for us here. We're going to have to get engineering next. But that's okay, because it will lead us down this path here, which we shouldn't have to get after engineering and machinery. We shouldn't have to get anything else, because between castles and printing, that should keep us occupied as far as not getting any more text go. So that is unavoidable. As far as our civics go, let's take a look here, because we're going to want to try and figure out the same kind of thing here. Now, naval tradition, obviously, we're not going to let finish because we don't need it no matter what. I think it makes sense for us to go and let feudalism finish so that we can go into medieval affairs, which will take quite a bit of time. But we might have to end up getting recorded history. So you know what? I will let it finish. Yeah, I'll actually get recorded history right now. So that way we have quite a lot to choose from. We'll have to get feudalism at some point, but we're going to put it off because we don't want to lose the 30% production towards our builders that we have in right now from having the Ilcom policy card in. So we're going to try and put off feudalism as long as we possibly can for that reason. We will get another governor title for recorded history too, so we can promote Amani again, and we'll get an extra copy of the luxury resource from the city-state that she's in. So that's what we're going to do here. And now, so remember, like I said, every time we get two of any combination of civics or technologies, the price on all your districts and stuff goes up. So what you want to do, because we have a number of different cities here where we have we had our festival down to 1 turn, but depending on the production level of the city, when the cost goes up, the it'll turn into like 2 turns or 3 turns or whatever to completion. So you want to stay on top of that, because, like, say for instance, Ren or Renee, how, somebody tell me, is it Renee or Ren? Anyways, in this city here, they have a low production count, so I'm surprised that the cost of the festival didn't get up. I think it didn't go up because it will next turn when we get another one. So we should be okay with everything the way it is right now. I'm just double checking we don't have any festivals going that are about to finish. And I think we're fine. Magnus will be established here next turn, so we'll be able to chop as well. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and grab this citrus tile before the price goes up. And speaking of that, let's go ahead and check Wilfred and see if he's got any more cash for us. And he does, so thank you, sir. It is much appreciated. We will grab that from you. And let's talk to Peter and see if he has any. And he does. Oh, and we can actually trade him horses and iron now, too. He's under 40. So we'll trade him 10 horses and our measly 2 iron. And we'll take as much cash from him as we can get for it. Alright, 77, that's not too bad at all. Alright, so that should give us 200 bucks there so we can buy some more tiles. Again, you want to buy as many tiles as you can before the price goes up, right? Because every time we get 2 more of these, the cost to purchase them is going to increase. Now, I'm just trying to think which city. This city will be fine. We don't need to buy more tiles there. Bordeaux is fine. With 3 chops, this city should be fine. We do own this though, so, well, actually, never mind. We're going to use that builder to get it, so we won't do that. But in the meantime, let's go ahead then and just purchase for luxuries. So let's go ahead and finally grab this tile so this builder can get off his ass. He's been sitting there forever. We'll scoop that and we'll scoop that one as well. So we'll go ahead and improve it. And he's got 2 charges left. Well, 1 now, but we'll get him to head over there and improve that when he's able, which means I don't need you to go and do that anymore, so you can go to another city. Nantes doesn't need anything because we're finishing with them. Or sorry, we're letting their project finish naturally, so we don't need to chop anything over there. Let's get you to head down to Marseille for now, and we'll build a mine on that hill and then kind of figure it out from there. Alright, so we did manage to get a great writer here, so we'll recruit him. It's not going to be a big deal because we really only have like 1 location that we can pop him in the capital, I think. If we take a look at our great works here. Oh, we don't even have it because we don't have any, that's why. Anyways, yeah, we can only get him in the capital. It's not really going to make a big difference for us. Well, we're fine there. They did kill Yerevan here. That's not the end of the world for us, other than we lost out on 1 luxury, and then I guess obviously the diplomatic favor per turn. Meanwhile, though, Magnus is finally established here, so let's definitely take advantage of him. We will chop that out, and then chop this into the theater square, or I mean, into the court festival. And that is not satisfactory by any means, as far as I'm concerned. We got 21 turns there, so we're going to have to buy more tiles for them next turn. What we will do then is we'll get you to move over because we'll buy that tile next turn, and we'll have to buy this tile as well. So let's go hit up everything we can for cash here. Take his 28 bucks. And then hopefully next turn we can afford both of those tiles. What are we looking at? 104, 164, and 8 is 172. Ooh, that's kind of steep. You know what? I think at this point, let's see who actually has money. Brazil has a bunch of money. It's only 1 luxury. Let's go ahead and we'll take a bunch of bulk cash from you, sir. It's definitely more important that we can buy those tiles than 1 single luxury is going to do it, because we want to move Magnus next turn, and not, because that's ultimately what's really limiting the amount of turns that we're going to win in, is how fast we can move Magnus through these other cities and chop out our shit as quickly as possible. In fact, you only have 1 charge left. Depending on how much these 2 chops do, how significantly it chops into the festival, we actually, well, you got 4 charges left, so we'll be okay either way. but we might need to buy another tile for them to chop anyway, so let's just go ahead and buy that now. So it's done and out of the way. And yeah, we got another governor title here, so let's get Amani her affluence so we get an extra copy of the luxuries. I think it actually would be worthwhile to send her... Hold on, let me just double check here. Provides a copy of its luxury resources to you. You know what? I really think that it would make sense for us to just send her to Kabul, considering... Well, no, they only have one luxury up and running right now, so no, never mind. I was thinking they had more, but they only have the one. So it doesn't matter at all. I was going to say to switch her over to Kabul, because I thought they had more online, and we would get like double of every resource they have hooked up, but they're kind of shitty, so whatever. But meanwhile, let's go ahead and quickly take a look here through our other cities. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Like, look at the production on the festivals have gone back up because we're researching more technologies and shit. So we'll go ahead and get them started on that. Again, you always want to keep it down to 1 turn, so that everything is just ready to pop, basically. Ooh, actually, got a lot of work to do there. So yeah, definitely start on that. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and get you into Paris. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and pop this guy in Paris. But if we take a look now, we actually have the great work slot. That's the only place we can put them, so we'll just move him and put him to sleep. It doesn't matter. It's better that we get the great writer than the enemy. So that's fine. Meanwhile, we'll switch everything off. That is back to 1 turn. We'll switch them back into whatever they were working on previously. But anywho, like I said, we're going to be skipping forward here, so I'll just bounce back the next time something actually important happens. Alright, so we just finished machinery and civil service here. There was nothing we could do to avoid it. However, now we're just going to sink our teeth into printing, so that should take us until, God willing, we fucking win the game. Anyways, and then here in civil service, that also opens up divine right that we can sink a lot of time into, so that should help. I just noticed too, our friendship expired with the Carthaginians, so let's go ahead and the Phoenicians, not the Carthaginians. I know, I'm special. Anyway, okay, so that's all done. We're leaving all of our policy cards the same, so that doesn't change. However, Magnus just got established here in Reims, so let's go ahead and chop the first tile. Ooh. Chop that too. Get it down to 16, so we will chop this next, and then we're going to have to buy them another tile to chop afterwards, like after Magnus leaves. Because remember, every city needs to have 1 tile to chop, so I guess it just makes sense for us to buy the cheapest one now. This one's the cheapest, so we'll go ahead and grab that. So that's done and out of the way. Other than that, oh, I don't think we have, because he only has 1 charge left. You know what? They're going to finish their builders soon here, so let's go ahead and buy this tile here and grab another another luxury. We'll get that up online when Paris finishes their builder. Other than that, we are going to have to adjust all of our other cities. I'll leave Paris finishing their builder right now, but all the other ones, remember, every time you get two things, you definitely have, like, it increases the cost of the festival, so you have to go back and micromanage everything, like all the ones. See, 5 turns left on that fucker. Like I said, this is why we've been doing everything we humanly can in order to avoid getting more techs and civics, because it really does add on like 6 turns here because they have such bad production. But yeah, so again, like I said, that it's an interesting strategy for sure. There's lots of micromanagement involved, but I mean, at the same time, we're going to be winning the game frickin' in under 150 turns. So that's pretty fucking impressive as far as I'm concerned with the culture win. But anyways, we'll bounce back the next time we have something to talk about. All right, so just quickly here, we have gotten, the last turn when we got that, we can establish alliances. It doesn't really matter, though, at this point, except for the fact that we are going to ally ourselves with Japan. And the reason being that we're only going to do one, and we're only going to do an economic alliance, just to get some extra gold here. Actually, you know what? We'll do a whole bunch of alliances now that I'm thinking about it. We're only going to take advantage of one, though, so it doesn't matter. Oops, it doesn't matter which one we do. Make deal, open borders. Let's get paid first. Sure, except for I want bulk gold. Alright, so, and now none of these matter because we're not going to take advantage of any of them other than we'll send the trade route to Japan just to get some extra gold from it there. Because, again, we don't want any extra science, we don't want any extra culture, etc., and obviously we're not building any commercial hubs or markets to get more traders. But it doesn't mean that we can't go ahead and get... nice, we can trade our iron to him as well, and all of this. So let's see how much cash he'll give us for it. Nice, all of it. So let's start taking away some diplomatic favor and find the right amount. Beauty. And now, oh yeah, never mind. I forgot that we weren't in a good relationship with him. But all the rest of them here, well, she's too broke, so she's not going to give us any money. I probably shouldn't have actually allied with her because she is so broke. We'll get him to pay us everything that he's willing to. But we'll take it in bulk gold again. God, I love this frickin' mod. Like, I can't imagine playing this game without the trading mod anymore. Like, I can't go back. I literally would fucking cry and not want to play Civ if I couldn't have the trading mod. Like, it's so frickin' convenient to be able to trade so much faster, like, and pick the right amount. Like, you can just, you left click and right click and it adds and subtracts by tens, hundreds, or ones. Oh, it's just so much better. But anyway, our last one here. Let's get paid. And let's throw some of that on. Actually, we'll get more money if we give it to somebody else, like to either Peter or Canada. So there you go. We'll take her 39 bucks. That's fine. All right, so we're allied up. And now let's go ahead and send our trader who just finished the route. We're going to send him to, I guess Osaka. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. But anyways, that's it for now. Again, I'll jump back the next time something exciting. Well, exciting might be a bit of a stretch, but the next thing, sometimes something happens that I want to talk to you about. Alright, here we go. We are on turn 120, so obviously not as fast as we would have liked. However, shit happens, and that's just the way it is. So now what we are going to do, we're going to go ahead and switch La Rochelle here off of their festival, because we don't want them to finish it. We're going to pop up to Nantes, and we're going to let them finish their festival here naturally. Other than that, we are going to skip turn on him because he doesn't matter at this point. So now this is the other important thing, okay? So there's two things we need to talk about here real quick. The first thing is you now want to go through, in the diplomatic screen here, we're going to go one by one. Let's see here. He only has one of each copy, so it's not a good example. Bear with me 1 second. Alright, here we go. Okay, so she's the perfect example where she has 2 copies of the citrus, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to trade her for the one. You have to do it one by one. Like, I can't go... See, like, I can't click on citrus and do 2 at once. However, we can trade for each one of these, right? So I'm going to trade for that. There you go. 2 gold per turn for that. Sure. And now we're going to do the same thing here and 2 gold per turn. Sure, right? So now... I'm going to do this off screen, don't worry about it, I'm not going to bore you with the details, but we're literally just going to go from top to bottom on all of the different civilizations that are in the game, and we're going to trade for every single one of their possible luxuries in order for our festivals to be that much more powerful. So yeah, like I said, I'll do that off screen and we'll just cut back when I'm finished. All right, so we got that out of the way. That's all done and taken care of. We picked everybody's bones clean. We have all the resources. If we take a look here and look at it, let's see our total resources here. This is going to be stupid. All right, we have 11, and 9 is 20, and 9 is 29, and 1 is 30, and 5 is 35, 38, 39, 40, 42, 43 resources. So we are good to go here. All right, so the other thing quickly before we go ahead and hit the next turn, what we also want to do is come in here into our civic screen, and we want to double check that we don't have anything else selected, okay? Like, we only have one, like, I mean, we don't have anything, like, say, oh, it's glitching here, but here, this is what I mean. So we don't want to have multiple civics selected because our festivals are so powerful, they're going to generate so much culture that we'll just rush through all of these cultures, or all these civics, sorry, and then the festival price itself will just fucking skyrocket. So it's super important that we're going to come here and just select one. Again, it's glitching, so let's just make sure this is all good. There you go. So we're only on one civic, so when we complete this festival now and hit next turn, we're going to automatically research guilds, which will cost, it'll make the cost of our other festivals go up, but it won't be outrageously up, so we'll still be able to chop all of them out next turn. So let's just go ahead and hit that here. It's not going to take too long for the computers to finish doing their turn. Little do they know they're about to lose the game. Alright, so we finished that. We boosted guilds with that festival there. Let's take a quick look here at the world rankings. So culture victory, we're leading all of a sudden. We leapboarded over them because if you take a look at it, we already have 7 out of 65 tourists needed to win the game. And so now we are going to do that. So again, this is another really, really important thing, okay? We finished guilds. You do not want to choose another civic yet, because as soon as we finish another festival of ours, we'll automatically get that civic, which will make all the other festivals cost more. So again, we finish guilds, we leave it right now. We have nothing selected, so all of this culture we're going to build up is not going to go into finishing civics for us, so we'll be able to chop out every single one of our festivals here in all of our other cities. So let's just go ahead and do that quickly here. So we'll just start at the top and work our way down. They're done. Nantes is done. Marseille is taken care of. Let's pop over to La Rochelle. They're taken care of. Here goes Paris. And again, so this is why it's so important to leave one chop in all of your cities so that you can just come through them just like we're doing right now and just completely chop them out in that final turn. Otherwise, all the costs are just going to skyrocket and you won't be able to win as fast. So that is the method to the madness that we're doing. We'll get that one going here. Finish theirs as well. There we go. So now everything's done other than this city. And I know we have 15 turns, but clearly it's not going to be much of a problem with Magnus in there. We'll get down to 1 turn. And there we go. We'll finish that. And so now that we have all of that, like we have so much culture boosted, like bankrolled, where like if you look here, look at like how far 1 turn, 1 turn, 1 turn, 1 turn, all the way up. Like we have just absurd amounts of culture saved up and banked. However, by only choosing one at a time here, it's not going to matter because this is it. Like as soon as we finish this turn, we win the game here. So let's just go ahead. It doesn't matter in any of these cities what we pick. We're just picking random shit. Alright, and we got a governor title just for shits and giggles. Let's promote Amani once more just because she's awesome. And then that should be it, I do believe. We'll skip your turn. I don't care, just die. Like, get out of my face. In fact, literally die. Okay. I know, sorry, I'm being melodramatic. But there we go. All right, so this is it right here. 121 turn wins, and there we go. Game over, folks.
The worth of a culture is not measured by its accomplishments,
God, Sean Bean is so awesome.
but in how those accomplishments last and how they are remembered.
Anywho, there we go. We did it 121 turns, I think it was. So it's not as fast as we would have liked. Like I said, I got 108 on my first try with the strategy, but it's so map dependent on like the luxury resources, and then also being able to get your settlers out. It all depends how far your cities are away from where you're going to be chopping using your ancestral hall, and yeah. But anywho, 121 turns, it's nothing to scoff at by any means. It's my second fastest culture victory now. So there we go, we did it. Happy with that. Again, in case you're wondering what kind of different mods I use a whole bunch, but none of them affect gameplay at all. So if you are interested, I'll put a link in the top right hand corner right now where you can jump to a video where I cover all the mods that I use and like show the different features that they do. So if you're interested, check that out. Otherwise, this is clearly the end of the video and the end of the series. So if you haven't already, please do me a favor and leave a like on the video. It really, really does go a long way towards helping a small channel like me get discovered, and I can use all the help I can get. Anyway, I've rambled enough, at least for this video, so I'm just going to shut up, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.